Hello and welcome to the Fantasy News Show from the Bottled Imp. My name is Ken Boyter and this is your weekly fix of fantasy news. Oh yes it is. On this week's show, it was Hasbro in the office with the Shredder. £10,000 is raised for a very special charity. And climb aboard King Henry VIII's favourite warship. But first, tickets for the Science Museum's first ever gaming event are now on sale. Power Up is a hands-on, fully interactive, family-friendly video gaming event that features the very best video games and consoles from the past 40 years. And I realise that's a very long sentence, so I need to take a deep breath. They claim that it's as much a social and technological history as it is a full-on player's bonanza of the greatest games ever made. And both old and new games will feature, obviously. And they've put here from Pong and Pac-Man to Halo. Well, I hope it goes a little bit further than Halo, unless they mean the very latest Halo, of course. Anyway, for further information, you can book your tickets and you can visit their website, which is sciencemuseum.org.uk, and we will be putting all the links into the description of this episode. Mrs. White has been killed off from Cluedo. I know, that's the most shocking news I've heard all year. Makers of the popular board game Hasbro have replaced Mrs. White after 67 years of cooking up murder in the kitchen. She's been bumped off and replaced by Dr. Orchid, who is a sexy young biologist with a PhD in plant toxicology. Toxicology? One of those. Poisons, I would imagine, being Cluedo. Now, I'm not really sure why they've done this, and I'm not really sure if it was necessary. I guess it's because things change and they want to keep up with newer audiences that might be able to relate more to a sexy young plant toxicologist rather than a 50-year-old woman who is a cook. But I kind of think, I don't know if I like this. What's wrong with being a 50-year-old woman cook? Maybe kids can identify more with that because they see them at school as the dinner ladies or I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think, because maybe I've got that all wrong. Maybe, it's a good role model, this Dr. Orchid, somebody who's intelligent and, goes into the world of science. That's fair enough. I can kind of see that, but there's just something a bit weird about it. Anyway, let me know what you think, or maybe you don't care as it's only a board game after all. Nomad Games have raised £10,000 this year from their sales of the Shaman character from their Talisman Digital Edition game. Last year, Nomad Games teamed up with the Special Effects charity, which helps people with physical disabilities accessing gaming. It supports them in getting into gaming. And they was to design a new character for the digital edition of Talisman. Fans were asked to come up with a new character, where 6 were chosen and then put forward to a public vote. Now, obviously, with Boaty McBoatface, that was a very brave thing to do. Shaman McShaman face, maybe, I don't know. No, anyway, the Shaman was chosen and the character design was handed to 3 people who have the disabilities and who special effects have supported in the past to develop the character further. And one of the main special abilities, which I really love, it's a brilliant idea, is that the Shaman's able to transform into a bear, an owl, or a cheetah. Love that idea. And on the 15th of July, Special Effects are running an event called One Special Day, where they're asking retailers to actually donate proceeds of their sales to their charity. And if you'd like to find out more, you can visit nomadgames.co.uk and you can also visit specialeffect.org.uk. The Merry Rose ship is now restored and fully open for exploring. The only 16th century warship on display in the world and King Henry VIII's favourite warship has been undergoing continuous conservation since 1982, and the Tudor ship was built in 1510. That is many, many years ago. It kind of blows my mind about how old something like that can be. It was in service for 34 years and it sank in 1545 and it was discovered in 1971. And the ship is housed at Portsmouth Historic Dockyard and it opens on the 20th of July. You can find out more and to book your tickets at historicaldockyard.co.uk. The Endeavour Award 2016 finalists have been announced. The nominees are Edge by Brenda Cooper, Irona 700 by Dave Duncan, The Prince of Valor by Django Wexler, Silver on the Road by Laura Ann Gilman, and Tracker by C.J. Cherryh. The Endeavour Award is an award for distinguished science fiction or fantasy book written by a Pacific Northwest author or authors, and that's published in the previous year, and it represents the collaboration between writers and fans of science fiction and fantasy to encourage growth of literature in the field and recognise works of excellence. And the award is announced annually at the Oricon, which is held in Portland, Oregon, USA, and the next one is November of this year. And if you want to find out more, you can visit osfci.org for further details. 9 Worlds is a 3-day geek fest taking place at the Novotel London West Hotel in Hammersmith in London, as the name would suggest. The event is a 3-day and 3 nights event full of books, comics, gaming, both video and tabletop, films and TV, there's crafts, there's cosplay, and there's a whole host of special guests and panels, plus there's parties and quizzes too. I believe there's like DJs in the evening. And you can find out more and to book your tickets by visiting 9worlds.co.uk. Kickstarter news: Crisis is a dystopian economic worker placement game from Ludi Creations. It's designed by Panatelis Bolbolius and Stolius Tanzeletus. That's not bad. It probably was terrible. So I do apologise for mangling the names. It's a game for 1 to 5 players, and where you and your fellow industrialists try to prevent the world of Axia, which is this dystopian world, from going bankrupt, whilst obviously accruing your wealth to try and gain as many victory points as possible. Players invest in companies and also hire workers to produce goods to then sell to the stock market. And they have lots of detail about the game on their campaign page, including a full colour rulebook. Plus, there's lots of various video previews, one of which we did. So you can check our video out there to see how the game plays and what we thought of it. I'll just give you a little rundown. I did enjoy the game immensely. It's a really solid game where you have to choose very wisely. When I played it, I didn't choose. There's lots of different strategies that you can do to actually win the game. My first approach, well, I didn't do too well, so I switched tact and did a little bit better, but I enjoyed it because even though if we had gone bankrupt, we nearly did on round 3, we still wanted to play it again, which I think is a testament to the game. So if the game beats you and then you still want to play it, yeah, then I think it's a good game. It's already funded and it finishes on the 31st of August. Apocryphia, The Art of Jason's Soul, is a photo book, obviously, containing the work of the sculptor Jason Souls. And he is being heavily influenced by the writing of H.P. Lovecraft and also the art of H.R. Geiger. And Jason Souls has been producing various creations in a variety of mediums for the past nearly 20 years. Bless you, Julian. Julian just sneezed. That does prove that he is here. He might not be listening, but at least he's here. It's not just me rattling around in the studio. Anyway, the book is 9 inches by 12 inches and it's approximately 125 pages with a matte hard cover, and also it's created in collaboration with Strix Publishing and features his work plus concept sketches and ideas and thoughts along with his work. It does contain hundreds of photographs of his work, and obviously there's pictures up on the campaign. You can see exactly the kind of thing that he does. And it does finish on the 28th of July, that one. So you've got a little bit of time if you do want to back that one. Tabletop Games photographer Scott King has created his latest gaming calendar. Obviously, it's for 2017, otherwise that'd be a waste of time, wouldn't it? There are 12 artistic photographs of cool board games and card games, and the calendar measures 11 by 12 inches when it's completely open. There are also another tier which is custom calendar, where you get to pick the 12 photos. So obviously if you see your favourite game there, you can pick those. And there's 216 photographs to choose from, so that's a massive selection. So I'm sure your favourite board game will be there. Plus there's another option where you can add 4 custom holidays to add to the calendar as well. So obviously you could put your own birthday as a special custom photo. And there's also a few other add-ons 2. It's already funded, and you have to be a little bit quick because it does finish on the 20th of July. But that's all we have time for this week. Remember to watch our Friday fantasy show. Obviously it comes out every Friday, and that's where we do lots of reviews, book reviews, fantasy film reviews, board game reviews. Plus I do a writing fantasy series, and hopefully I'll be writing another one of those, so that'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks, maybe a month. I don't know. When's it coming out, Julian?
Who knows?
Exactly, and that's the kind of scheduling we do around here at the Bottled Imp. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Share the word of the Bottled Imp. But for now, remember, keep things unreal, especially the fancy news.